Hey everybody, I'm ZeldaMaster and welcome back to Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition. And this one we're going to be continuing on with Ganondorf's story, this time in the Battle of the Triforce in Hyrule Field. So let's go ahead and jump straight into it.
Ganondorf's forces had defeated the Hyrulean army and wrenched the Triforce of power from Lana's grasp. Yet the other two pieces remained with Link and Zelda in Hyrule Castle. If Ganondorf could take the castle and complete the Triforce, Hyrule will be at his mercy. He readied his army for a siege. Meanwhile, Zelda's forces stood ready to defend their home at all costs. Link stood at the head of the army, the shining Triforce of courage inspiring his troops. This battle would decide Hyrule's fate. Would the light endure? Or would darkness spread to every corner of the land? The next moments would decide.
Alright, so this has gotten really serious, but we're on the bad guy's side, so that means evil will prevail, right? I mean, we can only imagine, and we're gonna see right now. This is a really cool concept, though. Link being at the edge of losing Hyrule, the destruction of it all. This is the battle against pretty much the Hyruleans now. It's time to go up against them all, and I'm really excited to do this. I want to slaughter all the Hylian Knights, Link, Zelda, all of them. I mean, it's really fun, like I've said before, to play as the bad guys, and this is probably the most intense bad guy battle yet, because this is literally the siege against Hyrule Castle. Ganondorf wants to claim it as his own, so let's go ahead and just kill everything in sight. Obviously, this is going to be pretty tough, with Ganondorf being one of the more OP, pretty much the most OP character within the game. We can only imagine that this isn't going to be as straightforward as we want it to be, because we got a lot to battle, from Proxy getting really upset with Link, to, I'm assuming, Impa appearing a million times, and whatever else. Let's just go ahead and make sure all of these guys die. I think I actually used my Muso a bit too early here. Yeah, we only killed one person in that Muso charge, so not the best, but okay. Anyways, this is nothing to worry about with all these Hylian Knights, as I am not afraid to just continue destroying everything in sight like this. Yeah, Ganondorf's AoE is just so satisfying to use, and well, we can actually see Link over there. I want to go ahead and kill him before he just decides to advance to our forces, so we're gonna go ahead and do that. But first off, let me claim the Central Keep. As you may know, this is all of Hyrule we're up against, so there's just so much to worry about, and I gotta make sure I have as much blue on my side as I can possibly get, because yeah, as you can see, Los Alfos are fled, essentially leaving. One fled. Where is the keep boss? There you go. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and bam. Okay, we managed to kill this keep boss. Well, I do want to help out one of my allies in help, and actually watch out for one of them fleeing. Yo, this is so sick. This reminds me of like meeting a general in Dynasty Warriors. They always had these little introductions with every single general you went up against in Dynasty Warriors. So obviously they have the same thing in this game, and it's so cool to see a Legend of Zelda character get an intro like that. You know, like Link is introduced that way. It's so freaking sick. But okay, the slap of darkness. How'd you enjoy that slap, Link? To the face. And whoa, Link used one of my signature moves, actually. That was pretty cool. But I'm going to continue just slaughtering Link, giving Link no chance to attack, as I am the king of evil, and I got these blades for a reason. Holy crap, Link does decent damage, so they definitely don't want you to get hit by Link at all, but luckily you're going to get one more slap, and that's it for you. Sorry, buddy. Okay, so Link has been defeated for the time being. Let's go ahead and move on. As you can see, Girahim is in a bit of a pickle. Well, we can swap into him, which I guess would be a bit more efficient. I'd rather just use Ganondorf, as I've mentioned before. Just way easier in terms of damage, AoE, getting things killed. There we go. We got so much destroyed right by us. I'm going to claim this keep before I move on closer to our base as well. But, yeah, a lot of people, I mentioned this before, and I feel like I need to mention it again because I've had a couple of people point it out. Like, every time I see Ganondorf, I feel like I should mention his Super Saiyan 3-like hair. Now, I know Super Saiyan 3 is in gold, of course. Like, that's a given, right? For those who haven't seen Dragon Ball Z may not know what I'm talking about, but also I feel like it's mainly in reference, obviously, to not Dragon Ball Z. Zelda has nothing to do with it, but to Demise and his long fiery hair. Now, Demise actually had fire as hair, and that's a bit different than what... Oh, geez, Zant. Oh, I'm so sorry. All right, I got you, man. I did not know Zant was in this much trouble. So that's probably the first thing we need to do, is make sure our buddy's okay. Luckily, when we do run into this circle right here, it should immediately heal him back to full, because it's considered as a rescue. And that's something actually that isn't bad if your allies lose a bunch of HP, because you can easily fix it like that. So I'm going to go ahead and use my Muso a couple more times while I'm here to make sure Zant is in no need of help, as it seems like he's always going to be in need of help. So yeah, I just want to make sure that's okay. And we also need to help Zant reach the checkpoint altogether. So I'm going to make sure he does that by killing everything in the path. And I believe this is essentially the checkpoint. So once we make it here, let me go ahead and kill this guy. And now I'm going to move on. So there we go. Oh, he's opened it up. So it seems like we want to maybe progress from there. You know what then? I need to start commanding my allies to do other things. You know, we really need to put this definitive edition into use, of course, guys. As you may know, like, this version of the game adds so much in terms of, like, just how easy it is. Like, this game is so much easier than the original. It's way less stressful because of being able to swap and command characters. I need to really put that to use. Well, I don't think this game is ever really that hard. It's just like, you know, if you really are, you know, making sure you win and you don't want to mess up and whatnot. But, alright, I'm just going to go ahead and kind of move on. I feel like altogether this scenario is progressing a bit slow, and it might be because I am focusing on killing as many enemies as I can. But, alright, let's just go ahead and stomp Impa's plan. Actually, perfect. You're here. So there, oh wow, and you were actually doing this all on your own? That's crazy. Alright, so as you know, Impa's heading to the fairy fountain, so I need to do that as soon as possible. I think we'll reach it maybe faster than she does. She's moving very quickly. Now, I don't care about any assault troops. I don't care about any Lizalfos, as you may notice. Those are the least of my worries. It's only about my main generals, and that's kind of how I treat the enemies. So, you know, you want to treat your allies like you treat your enemies, I guess you could say. And yes, Zant is now playable, so we're gonna be able to swap to him if things get really bad. But for now, I'm gonna go ahead and just quickly use everything I can on Impa, as she is trying to make things more difficult for us. And obviously, if you do let her reach the Great Fairy Fountain, you're going to fail the mission, and probably their morale is going to increase. That's essentially what normally happens. And that's like the norm in Dynasty Warriors. The morale increasing in Dynasty Warriors would always be terrifying for me. In this game, I feel like it's a bit more, I guess you could say, not friendly, I already forgot the word I'm looking for here, but it's not as punishing, to say the least. You can definitely make up for it. I mean, I feel like maybe this game was made for knowing people are going to be new to this series altogether, and that's why I feel like this game is not as complex as, you know, Dynasty Warriors could get. And the reason why I've been mentioning Dynasty Warriors a lot is I've actually looked a bit into Dynasty Warriors 4, which I believe was on the PS2, I think. I've been looking into that game again recently, because that game used to be, like I said, the game that got me into the Warriors series altogether. While I have played 1 to 4 growing up, 4 was the one I played the most. And yeah, those games, I remember like the weapon levels would change. Like once you hit level 10, it would upgrade the weapon, and then you'd upgrade it again to level 12. And they would look super unique and different, and there's a lot of things really cool about it. But then this version of the game, they have something that makes up for it, which I don't think is a bad concept at all. And for those wondering what that is just adventure mode. But I feel like adventure mode is just altogether easier, because you get much smaller and simpler scenarios. So, alright, whoa, what happened? Alright, Zelda's here, but what happened to the guard I was fighting. Did he die as the cutscene was happening or something? I don't really know. But yes, the Princess of Hyrule is here as well. She is not happy about what's going on. I believe the music is going to change now. Let's see. Is it? Yes, it is. Oh, sweet. Okay. So yeah, the music always gets hype when the main villain is here, when the main worry about everything comes into play. And Zelda's, I mean, and this is pretty epic. Alright, so, well, I do want, you know what, let's just swap to the boy, Ganondorf, and head straight to the princess. As you can see, she's doing whatever she can to make her way towards us, and I'm gonna stop her. Link and Zelda, actually. So, here's Link. No! I said no! I'm actually gonna use my Berserk insane power on Link because I want to kill Link really quick, and then we're gonna go ahead and kill Zelda. So, while I attack Link like crazy, I'm going to be gaining, hopefully, more magic in return, more rupees, more all of that. Yes. Okay. Link really stands no chance. As you can see, this should be his demise. Take the Hand of Darkness. Boom. I like how it's playing Ganondorf's theme, though. Like, this fits more for Ganon than anything else. So, yeah, there's a light at the keep, whatever. We defeated Link. Let's move on to Zelda herself now. So, what the heck was that? Proxy's voice. So I expected the hero to be something more than a minor diversion. Wow, Ganon is ruthless, but I agree, he was actually pretty simple. So now to take out the princess. Hey there, Princess Zelda, how you doing? This has never really happened. Right? This has happened many times. Maybe not Ganon actually destroying her, but Ganon reaching the princess and essentially kidnapping her for the Triforce of wisdom, rather. You know, I need the wisdom. You think with all this wisdom Zelda has, she would maybe devise a better plan than this one instead of fighting Ganon head on. But too bad, Zelda. Enjoy your defeat, as Link is still attempting to make his way towards us, as you can see. Link has recovered. This is so cool. And, you know, you gotta feel bad for Link. Link doesn't want to give up. He can't let his princess down. This has happened also before, you know, where Link just keeps failing. Maybe not like this, though. Link is actually not necessarily failing. He's just recovering, going a bit slower than he should. But as you can see, yeah, Link is determined. Look at this little guy. Hey there, buddy. Let's go ahead and take him on. I don't know why, it's just so funny to take on Link out of any enemy. Like, the most played character you play as is, becomes an AI, and he's just as dumb as all the other AI, which is stinking hilarious. But, okay, let's go ahead and build up as much as we can in terms of our purple meter, because that's super nice when it comes to AoE damage. I want to actually use that in a second. So, 1, 2, go ahead and bam. 1, 2, 3, and there you go. Zelda has revived, as you can see, but Link is history again, or maybe for the time being. Now let's go ahead and continue on with Zelda. And actually, where's this keep boss that I would like to claim once again? Give me this. Perfect. All right, we managed to reclaim this keep, and now we're gonna move on. It's crazy. I think Link automatically claims it the second he goes down. But yes, Link, don't give up. Too bad. So yeah, it doesn't matter how many times you come at me, I can defeat you. Yeah, okay, so let's just go ahead and move on to the princess again. She's just kind of standing. She's not really moving as fast as I imagined her to. And her defenses are really low compared to Link's. Like with Link, I need to spam a lot of attacks. With her, it seems like I can just hit her through her shield, as you can see, and it does really good damage. But let's see if we can actually get ourselves, you know what, let's just move to a combo to death. Might as well. There's really nothing else to do, as she just kind of trapped in a corner. So Zelda, here you go. Skilled summoners have been summoned, but that's no big deal, as you are once again down. Wait, did that not hit? That must have missed some way, somehow. But it's fine. Use a Triforce on me. You're dead, Zelda. I meant nothing. So there we go. Even though, like I said, this was supposed to be somewhat difficult, Link Zelda coming back again and again, trying to fight, do whatever they can. They stand no match. Okay, really abrupt. That was kind of weird. It wasn't really that epic. Like, it added a little text in his victory animation. So, as you may have noticed, what essentially happened there is Ganondorf has now got his hands on all 3 parts of the Triforce. He is now complete, as strong as he could be. And with that, what that does is give us a new scenario with the heroes. Yes. So, essentially, we've done it for Ganon. We've beaten the game. Ganondorf took 3 scenarios. All we needed to do was get the Triforce, and when it comes to Ganondorf, it's pretty easy, unlike the heroes that have a lot to overcome. And speaking of heroes, as you can see, the Enduring Resolve is the next scenario. We need to make our way back to Gerudo Desert as the heroes look for Ganondorf's weakness, it seems, and then hopefully take him on. So, altogether, we need to pretty much undo what we just did. While we did help Ganondorf get the Triforce, now we gotta undo it. So, yeah, again, really cool idea. You play as the villains, you get the villains the objective, and now you take the objective away from the villains as the hero. I think that's pretty badass. Anyways, let me know what you guys think, and let me know what you guys thought of this one. But thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to leave a like if you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next one as we enter Gerudo Desert with the heroes. Peace!